Hello, everyone. Sorry, it's been a while. Yeah, I've just had a very busy month or a few weeks. I'm not quite sure when the last video was that I uploaded, but yeah, I've got a lot going on with family and stuff. Um, but yeah, I don't really want to talk about it. I'll probably talk about that some other time. Um, Work related now. Rant time. I've not had a good rant for a while, and I don't want to keep ranting at my partner, so I'm here to rant to you. So basically, my job. When I was told I was doing a night shift, it was a permanent position. Anyway, unfortunately, they've lowered the contract of vehicles they need per week, so they've pulled the night shift. I'm back on days. I had my first week back this week, which, to be fair, was nice to be around the lads again. A lot of banter, a lot of laughs. It was a nice week ready for Christmas. Um, but it got weird really quick. So I am a very stubborn human being, and I don't like doing things that I feel are unnecessary. And my workplace has brought in facial recognition, which I never thought in a million years I would see that happen in my workplace. But they basically brought it in on Wednesday, and everyone had to go and get their face scanned on a machine. Basically, the guy looked for your name and then said, "Look at the camera," and scanned the face and everything. So I refused to do it. There's 230 members of staff, and everyone did it. I think in the fitting shop there was three other lads that didn't do it. I think two of them did in the end do it, but one of them has said he does not want to do it. And I obviously I only found this after realised that I was one of these awkward sods that didn't want to do it as well. So basically, they said to me that that's just the way the business is going. Unfortunately, you need to do it. So I said, yeah, but I'm not going to do it. I don't want to have my face scanned morning and evening to let you know that I'm here to do my job. Um, Now they've got security cameras up on the premises, which are completely fine. I'd have that on my premises if I had a lot of equipment that I didn't want to go missing, and so I was happy with the security cameras. But what I've said is I'm not happy that I have to stand in front of a screen and scan my face on it. And you're probably looking at this thinking, yeah, but you're doing a video and you're putting that on the internet, so everyone can see your face anyway. And I'm happy with that. That is fine. I do not mind my face being on the internet. I don't mind people taking pictures with me in public and stuff. What I don't like is the fact that they have to scan my face to make sure that that is who I am, turning up to do a job for them. I just don't agree with that. I don't think it needs to be put in place. They're saying it does because there's military equipment involved, that a Russian spy could come in and take it and that. I mean, these are 24-ton trucks. If one of them goes missing, you've got 230 members of staff. They've got my driving license number. They've got my living, picture of that. They've got where I live and my banking details. They don't need this. They don't need my fingerprints. I just think it's really unnecessary for what they're doing. So I've just said it makes me feel uncomfortable, and therefore I will not do it. Um, Now, I'm quite a good member of staff. They ask me to do something, I don't question it, I do it. I turn up on time, I'm never late. If I think I'm going to be late, I'll give my key op or my team leader a message and let them know I could be a few minutes late. Like one day there was roadworks that were in place I didn't realise, and it stopped me from getting in on time. Um, but I ended up getting in on time. I was very close to not being in on time, but I did manage to get in on time because I left early enough to make up that extra time, because I get in about 5 or 10 minutes early anyway. So it was never an issue. And the system they've got in place now, I get it, it's hard for the staff to go through our working hours and put our jobs together and that. But if it's just me and another lad out of 230 members of staff, I don't see why they can't keep that in place. And that's my argument. But they want me to do the facial recognition. So at the moment, I'm going back in the new year to be asked, am I going to do it or not? So really, I haven't got a job to go back to. I said I'll hand in my notice. I'll do my 2 weeks time. I'll work. I'm not going to go out kicking and screaming. But that whole 2 weeks time, I will refuse not to scan my face. I won't do it. And if you make me do it, then you'll just have to sack me. I don't think it's in my contract that I have to do it anyway. I'll have to have a proper look at that, because this is all fairly new to me. So I don't think it is. I did have a quick read through my contract, but I've got a friend that loves reading through contracts, and he said he's really happy to go through it for me and see what small print is in there. But there was definitely no wording of any sort of you have to do facial recognition in the future in that contract. This is all very new, just put in place last minute. So yeah, I mean, everyone thinks I'm strange, everyone thinks I'm weird, but again, when the vaccines were rolled out, a lot of people thought it was weird that we had to have a vaccination. There was options to say no, which I said I'm not going to do it, and everyone, like my family and friends, were like, oh, fair enough, that's good. Whereas 6 months later, they all fell out with me because I refused to do it. They said that it was bad that I was doing it, that I was killing people. Everything they were told to say to me or programmed to think, they said to me. And I was like, I just think it's really strange that we are made to do this, but we still don't have to have it. Like, my choice is I don't want to do it, and that is my choice. No one on this planet is going to convince me otherwise. I am standing by myself. I trust me and no one else. And it sounds horrible, that, but if my gut is telling me not to do something, then I will go off my gut more than anyone in this world. No one will convince me otherwise. I just don't want to do it. And the people that thought it was weird that everyone had to be vaccinated, that then ended up getting vaccinated and said I was the weird one for not getting vaccinated, that scared me. It just scared me how easy people could be manipulated and changed, and the way that they're thought. I just didn't like that. And now they're doing it with this facial recognition. I'm sorry, I don't care what they think that is good. That does not benefit anyone that does that. It really doesn't benefit anyone other than the people that are putting it in place. And that is like my argument, and it makes me uncomfortable. I feel like everything that we're told is good for us now is really not good for us. Look at around us, everything's collapsing, everything's falling apart around me, and now they're asking me to do something like this. So yeah, I mean, even if the government put it in place that you have to have your face like put on a database, I'll leave this country. I am so close to leaving this country now. I just feel like every week, every day, like my life is getting turned upside down, and it's weird. I just can't believe how close to home all this crap is. And it really doesn't benefit us. I know a lot of people that watch this video will be like, yeah, just do it, and that's like all the other stuff. But what if all of this is used against you? I mean, you're giving them pretty much everything that they need to keep an eye on you. They can do anything with it. No one's done any paperwork, no one's signed anything. They've just literally stood in a line and let this thing scan the face. And I just think that it's madness that people are just easily led into doing things like that, and then when you don't do it, you're seen as the bad guy. And they thought I was the bad guy, they thought I was the weirdo, but now I'm actually said I'm leaving. They can't believe how serious I am about it. And I was like, have you not got any questions about it at all? There's nothing about it that seems suspicious to you, nothing at all. And they just don't like, yeah, but it's a job, I don't want to lose my job. And I'm like, oh my god, oh dear Lord, oh my god, like, I am so sorry for these people. These people literally, I mean, they took overtime off them as well. They hate the job, they hate that they've lost their overtime. These lads are so stupid, no offence to them, I really mean that. That sounds horrible, but they have literally worked out their overtime pay that they get in their monthly budgets. So now they don't have that income. They're freaking out, but yet they're too scared to leave the job and get another job that will give them overtime, or even get a second job because they're scared that they'll get told off if they have a second job. And I'm like, that no one has any freedom. No one has any freedom. There's no freedom out there anymore. It's been taken away from us every day, and now even our own workplace wants that. And people comply. No one questions it. No one has any questions. And that just scares the life out of me. These people are, let's just use this in the metaphor of like jumping off a cliff and hoping for the best, okay? They are jumping off a cliff, but the rope that they're taking with them is attached to me. And I'm making it like, they're like falling, they're hanging there now. Like, Hayden, just come on, just jump with us, come with us. And I'm like, no! Cut the rope! Don't take me down there with you, because I don't know what's at the bottom, and something tells me it ain't a good thing. So if you want to jump off the cliff, you jump off the cliff. Cut the rope and set me free, because I ain't joining you. Do you know? And they are jumping out of that off that cliff faster. They're literally running up like, yeah, let's just jump off the cliff. Like, the terminology I've always used to people that I'm on walks with or speak to is, we're all in a pot, and the water was cold a few 20, 30, 40 years ago, but we're at boiling point and no one can see it. No one can see it. I'm screaming at everyone that's still in that pot, but they're like, nah, this is a nice jacuzzi, this. I'm like, you're boiling alive, get out. What are you doing? But everyone just keeps on boiling alive, like everything's fine. It's like the dog that sat in a chair sipping tea. Everything's fine, and there's fire going up around him. I'm like, get out. Run away. So yeah, my life may seem crazy to some people, but I look at everyone around me and think, you are absolutely nuts. Like, you are so freaking crazy. I'm like that crazy guy, you know, tinfoil hat, my missus said to me the other day. So I went downstairs, got some tinfoil and made a hat out of it, and said, I'll be a tinfoil hat guy for the rest of my life if I have to. But I'm living my life the way I want to live it. That's just who I am. I'll stay old school. I'll go and work on cars, doing what, you know, if I have to, I'll go and set up my own thing now and do my own thing. And until that government tells me that I need to do facial recognition for my own company and I have to scan my face, then I will leave this country. I will just get everything and I will get out. I'll sell my house. I'll move my Mustang somewhere. I'll take all of my asset, my gold, my silver, everything that I feel like I own. I'll take that with me, and I will leave nothing left behind. I will never come back. Even my family, they can visit me in another country. I will never come back here again. It just scares me how fast everything's changing, and the fact that everyone just keeps complying. It's just mad. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. It was a bit more lively. I'm just like confused. Everything in my life's gone a bit crazy at the moment. You're probably looking at me like I'm crazy, and that's fine. But yeah, I just think all this stuff that's happening around the world is it's terrifying, and no one can see it. I mean, what can they do with that data in 10 years' time? 20 years' time, and you've been scanning your face morning and night, and they can see how a body ages, the human being ages. They could make films and use all these faces of all these people that work in my factory, and factory workers in these films. I don't know. There's so much they could do with that data. They could make millions out of it. And these people aren't bothered. They're just selling themselves for free. And I just think you shouldn't do stuff like that. You should question everything. Anyway, take care, guys. Sorry, it's a bit of a weird one today, but I just had to get that off my chest. But yeah, take care. Goodbye now.